Well, it is indeed a big welcome back to the Cowley Stadium for the restaging of the New Era Trophy. Now, you may remember the original was postponed on the 24th of June because of rain. That was the day of the big takeover, the day that Alan Trump saved Speedway here at the Cowley Stadium, Oxford. Well, the Cheetahs, as they are known, have come back and certainly come back in super style and found themselves, of course, right up there in the end of season playoffs, and they will face Plymouth in the semi-final, and that promises to be a very, very interesting one indeed. Well, let's take a look at the lineup for this event here, and should be an interesting one. There's 12 riders, and they are Andrew Bargh at number 1, Karl Mason at 2, Carl Hughes there at 3, Billy Legg is at number 4, Brendan Johnson at number 5, David Mason is at number 6, Lee Smart at number 7, and Sam Martin is at number 8. Number 9, Lee Smethills, 10, Scott Campos, and number 11, Matt Davis, and at number 12, Luke Priest. Scott Meakins is the reserve for this meeting. Of course, there's no Danny Betson. He's riding in Germany in the under 21 championships, I believe it is. So we'll see how that one goes. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at the official introductions before bringing you all the action starting right at the beginning of heat number 1. The referee for the records is Nick Postlethwaite.
Welcome in, Oxford rider Andrew Bargh. And number 2, warm welcome, Legg caller Karl Mason. And number 3, certainly in good form at the moment, Karl Hughes. Number 4, we've seen him recently here, welcome in Billy Legg. And number 5, finding some form again at Oxford's Brendan Johnson. Well, from Weymouth, he's recovered from that hand injury. He's here tonight. Welcome in number 6, David Mason. While he rides for Birmingham in the Premier League, he also rides for, lost completely when he rides for Conference League, but we won't worry about that at this moment. I'm sure he'll come back to me. Welcome in, he's an entertainer anyway. Number 7, Lee Smart. He's got his Birmingham Brummies race jacket on here tonight. And number 8, well, Mr. Donor, Mr. Entertainer, welcome in Sam Martin. Well, hopefully he's recovering from the flu that's certainly impeded him a little bit down at Plymouth on Friday. And number 9, Lee Smethills. And some changes to your programme. Ready to ride to Oxford, and certainly looking to help Oxford to that Conference League playoffs final. Number 10, Scott Campos. Moving down the lineup, he's the familiar face of the internet. Welcoming number 11, Matt Davis. And number 12, and it's great to see him back on a Speedway bike. Certainly got a Birmingham Bulls race jacket on, but he's here tonight. Number 12, Luke Priest. And as you heard late on, reserved tonight, Scott Meakins. So ladies and gentlemen, they are the 12 riders to do battle on track. They're going to come round for a parade lap. Let's hear the noise, cheer them on.
Well, there is the trophy that has been put on display here for the winner. It really is a lovely trophy as well, one well worth taking home at the end of the day. Well, we've got 14 heats of Speedway, 12 qualifiers, 1 semi-final and a final. Who will go through into that final? We're going to have to wait and see. But we're going to go straight into heat number 1. Andrew Bargh rides in red, Karl Mason in blue, Billy Legg is the rider in green, and the rider in yellow is Carl Hughes. That's how they line up then for heat number 1. Individual Speedway racing here, and top prizes to be had. So here we go then. And away they go, and a good start for Hughes on the outside and Bargh on the inside, and it is Bargh who's gone in front. He goes slightly wide there, lifts as they go into the bottom turn. Hughes goes through on the inside of him. So Carl Hughes in front from Bargh there in second place. Third place at the moment, Karl Mason. At the back it is Billy Legg. Legg, of course, had a spell with the Newport team in the Conference League. And before, I believe he joined Stoke. Father is helping run the racers down the road at Reading. So around that first and second turn, once again, it is Hughes in front from Bargh in second place. Still in third place, Karl Mason of the Weymouth Wizards, or Wildcats as they are nowadays. And not looking too wild in this one because he's quite a way back in third place. But it is still Hughes in front, looking comfortable. Second place, it is Andrew Bargh. But it won't be a 5-1 this time because it is individual. It's Hughes who wins it. 3 to him, 2 to Bargh, and 1 to Mason. 61.21, the winning time. So there is Karl Hughes. Good start for him. And coming round to the applause of the crowd. A rather dry, mild evening here in Oxfordshire as we wait for the riders to come to the line for heat number 2, and they are Sam Martin riding in red, David Mason of the Wildcats of Weymouth rides in blue, Lee Smart also of Weymouth of course and Birmingham, he rides in green, Brendan Johnson of Oxford is the rider in yellow. And away they go. It's a very even starter to hit the first turn there. And, well, the rider in yellow there, Brendan Johnson, certainly got a nudge out the way there. And, well, it is Lee Smart who's gone in front. So Smart in front. Very hard first turn. Round the first and second turn. Once again, in second place, it is David Mason who's come through the field having missed the start. Third place, it is Sam Martin. Brendan Johnson is at the back, but Lee Smart in front here. And, well, good battle going on as Sam Martin has gone into last place now. So Martin is at the back, Brendan Johnson in third place. So quite a surprise in this one. To go around that first turn, third and fourth turn rather. Smart in front and looking pretty good. As you say, getting lots of experience riding for the Brumbies up there at the New Birmingham circuit. So around the bottom turn and heading for the checker flag in the green helmet. Lee Smart wins it. Second place is Weymouth teammate David Mason. Third place Brendan Johnson. Disappointment for Sam Martin at the back. 62.81 the winning time there for Lee Smart, who joins Karl Hughes at the top of the leaderboard with 3 points. So let's have a look at the start there. Was a very hard first turn. What's the rider in green there? Smart really gives Johnson a nudge out the old way there. And Mason goes through on the inside of Sam Martin, who goes to the back. And there's Johnson in second place. And he goes wide there, and David Mason comes around that curb again. Vastly experienced rider Mason. And it was all changed in that opening lap. Heat number 3, riding in red, it is Lee Smethills. His partner in blue, Scott Campos. Riding in green, Matt Davis. And great to see this guy in yellow. It is Luke Priest. And Luke, of course, has had some very serious injuries. And fantastic to see him back on a machine. So here we go then. The riders coming to the line for the third of 12 qualifying heats. The green light is on. And away they go, and a charge for the first time. Good start for the rider in red. That is Smethills. Lee Smethills it is in front. Down the back straight. Second place at the moment. It is Luke Priest. And Priest may have been out of action for a long time, but he's certainly not forgotten how to ride a motorbike. Third place there, going through in green. It is Matt Davis. Scott Campos is at the back. Looks like he's got problems. But no problems for Lee Smethills in front. He made no secret of the fact that he wants to be back with Oxford in 2008. Will that be in the Premier League? Let's hope that is the case. So into the bottom turn there is Smethills, skipper of the Cheetahs. Like I say, they do have the Devils of Plymouth in that playoff. Promises to be very, very intriguing match. And the winners of that, of course, will race Scunthorpe or Boston. Around the bottom turn, there is Smethills. No problem for him. And he wins that one at a canter. Second place goes to Luke Priest. And third place to Matt Davis. So Lee Smethills, Lee Smart and Karl Hughes are the 3 race winners from the opening 3 heats. And the winning time, 63.4 for Lee Smethills. So there's the scorers. And well, Andrew Bargh, Luke Priest, David Mason all on 2 points at the moment. So the riders coming to the line for heat number 4. Karl Mason in red, Andrew Bargh in blue, Sam Martin in green, Matt Davis out again, this time in yellow. An interesting looking lineup here because, of course, Bargh had a second place and he'd be hoping to get some points out of this one. Sam Martin never scored first time out, he was very disappointing. Oh, movement there from the rider in blue, Andrew Bargh, and they hit the first turn. Looks like Bargh has got away with it there. He's gone in front and coming round the outside in the green helmet there. It is Sam Martin. So it is Martin on the outside. It's Bargh on the inside. And again, Bargh comes through on the inside to take over the lead. Down the back straight, Bargh, of course, being plied in his trade with the Isle of Wight in the Premier League. Sam Martin's been doing likewise with the Berwick Bandits. Both started off at the Isle of Wight at the beginning of this year. So around the first and second turn, down the back straight. And it is Bargh pulling away at the moment. Not the most exciting racing I've seen, it must be said, but nevertheless, always good to see any racing, particularly here at Cowley. Down the back straight, there is Bargh leading the way. Still in second place, it is Sam Martin. Look further back down the field, Matt Davis is in third place. And that is how they're going to finish. Here comes Davis round the final 2 turns, with Karl Mason having pulled out. That is how they finish here. So 62.1 the winning time for Andrew Bargh. And, well, fastest since heat number 1, which of course he took second place in. So let's have a look at the start here, because an interesting passing. There we go into the first turn, and there is Bargh on the inside, Martin on the outside, and there is Bargh moving him out, but Martin keeps on going, comes around him, and again Bargh lifting down that back straight, but he keeps it right tight this time, and he comes around that curve and into pole position. Well, there is the crowd on this mild evening watching the racing as we get ready for heat number 5. Lee Smart rides in red, Luke Priest is in blue. In the green helmet, it is Scott Campos. And in fact, it's going to be Scott Meakins who comes into the green helmet, and in the yellow helmet, it is Billy Legg. So here we go then. And the rider in red it is, we're waiting to come into place. That is Lee Smart wearing the Brummies race jacket. Will we be seeing the Brummies here in 2008? So here we go, and away they go, and a charge for the first turn, and it is Smart who's made a good start there. And he's moved them all over as he goes round the first turn and down the back straight. Into the bottom turn, Lee Martin is leading the way. Second place there in the blue helmet, it is Luke Priest. Third place in yellow, Billy Legg. And it looks like Scott Meakins is tailed off at the back. So they're out in front, looking very, very calm at the moment. Leading the way in that red helmet, Luke Priest, the Brummie of Birmingham, also course rides, as we said earlier, for Weymouth. Looking very comfortable at the moment, very talented rider. Looks like the pyjama man, some of the leathers he wears. So into the bottom turn, Priest it is, who's going to get 3 more points here. 2 wins out of 2 will go on his score chart. There he goes over the line. Second place goes to Priest, and third place to Billy Legg. And there is Scott Meakins completing the 4 laps. 62.8 the winning time for Smarty. At the moment, things looking pretty good for him. here we go then, heat number 6. Carl Hughes rides in red, Brendan Johnson in blue, Lee Smethills is the rider in green, and David Mason is the rider in yellow. Starting Marshall gives the referee Mick Postlethwaite the signal to release the tapes. Here we go then. Oh, movement there from the rider in blue, but he has missed the start totally, but the rider in green certainly hasn't. That is Smethills. Smethills in front. David Mason there in second place. Mason, of course, picked up an injury riding against the Isle of Wight down at the Wessex Stadium after a clash with Jason Bunyan, put him out of action for quite a while and really finished off any hopes that Weymouth had of making the playoffs. So around the bottom turn, out in front, Smethills leading the way. Mason coming under pressure, and in fact he has been passed there by Carl Hughes. Hughes, of course, was a winner first time out, as was Smethills. So there they go, round the bottom turn, and Hughes is going after Smethills here. They go into that first turn there, and Hughes doing his usual, going out wide, trying the cutback, but Smethills is aware of what's going on. They go into the bottom turn, and it is going to be Lee Smethills who's going to win heat number 6, and it's awfully close to go over the line there. 3 to him, 2 points go to Hughes, 1 to Mason, David Mason that is, and 62.85 is the winning time. But some good action there in heat number 6. I'm sure we can have a look at some of that once again. But for Lee Smethills, it was a comfortable win. So there is David Mason in second place. Here comes Sam Martin up the inside, really pushing him hard, and holds it tight this time. Mason stays out in the dirt though. Let's go into the bottom turn. Looks like Mason is comfortable there, and this time Hughes moves off the line again, tries that cutback, and look at that there, right round the curb, a super textbook pass. So there are the scorers: Lee Smart, Lee Smethills 6 apiece, Carl Hughes, Andrew Bargh on 5 apiece, and Luke Priest and David Mason on 4 apiece. So of course, on current situation, Smart and Smethills would go direct to the final. The other 4 would race in the playoffs. Will that be the case later on? Let's have a look at heat number 7. David Mason riding in red, Lee Smart in blue, Andrew Bargh is in green, and Scott Campos is the rider in yellow. So an interesting looking lineup here for this one. And the starting marshal calling them into place. And David Mason, of course, having 2 rides in a row. He's on that red helmet. Smart is next to him. So this could be an interesting one. Bargh there on gate number 3. They're surely going to be the 3 to watch. And as they hit the first turn, and it is Lee Smart on the inside, and Bargh trying to come round him. And as they go down the back straight, Bargh backs off. Smart goes ahead. And it's the Smart guy who comes out in front. And again, Bargh coming back at him to go round the first and second turn there. Down that back straight into the bottom turn. Lee Smart leading the way. Still in second place there, Andrew Bargh. Third place in the red helmet, it is David Mason. Looking good at the moment for Lee Smart. Looks like he's going to make it 3 wins out of 3. And pulling away now from Andrew Bargh. Still in third place there, David Mason. Well, like he's going to make the semi-final. As they come off the final 2 turns, it is Smart who takes the checkered flag for the 3rd time from Andrew Bargh, forced into second place for the 2nd time. And David Mason picks up 1 point for 3rd place. 62.55 the winning time. on then to heat number 8. Matt Davis rides in red, Sam Martin in blue, Luke Priest is in green, and Lee Smethills is the rider in yellow. So that's how they line up for this one. Smethills on the outside gate, 2 wins out of 2. So he needs a win here to keep up with Lee Smart. Luke Priest, of course, had 2 second places so far. Sam Martin, well, he's only picked up a couple of points. Needs to get some on the board here. Shame Robert Meir and Dan Halsey, Barry Evans, 3 riders had to pull out. But nevertheless, the team riding here, the squad of riders riding here, putting on a good show. And it is Smethills in front from Sam Martin in second place. So around that first and second turn once again here. Let's go down the back straight. And looking good, looking fast, looking comfortable. Lee Smethills rather, is in front. Still in second place there, Sam Martin. And Martin is beginning to gain on him here. And, well, he's going after him. And into the bottom turn. This could be an interesting one here. And Martin trying to find a way through, but still Smethills out in the dirt there, and he seems to have that little bit more experience to know where to ride. Martin, though, likes to be out wide, but there isn't enough out there for him. So Smethills is who's going to win heat number 8. There he goes over the line. Second place goes to Sam Martin. Third place to Luke Priest, and at the back, young Matt Davis. 63.18, the winning time for Lee Smethills, who joins Lee Smart on 8 points, top of the leaderboard. Sam Martin moves on to 4.
Heat number 8, in yellow, Lee Smethills.
Heat number 9, Billy Legg rides in red. Karl Hughes is in blue. Brendan Johnson is the rider in green. Karl Mason is the rider in yellow. That's how they line up then for heat number 9. 9 of 12 qualifiers. Remember, 1 semi-final, 2 go direct to the final. The 2 top men. Who will it be? Here we go then. Heat number 9. And away they go. And a good start there for the rider in yellow on the outside, but he's been moved out there. And it's getting awfully tight as Karl Hughes goes in front there. Hughes it is leading the way. Second place here, Brendan Johnson. Third place it is Billy Legg. Karl Mason at the back. Mason, who made such a fast start as well. So around that first and second turn and down the back straight. Still Karl Mason in last position, but out in front it is Karl Hughes. And Hughes would go on to 8 points and into 3rd position overall. Should he win this one? Looks like he will at the moment. Still Brendan Johnson there in 2nd place, and this young man, well, giving it a go. She'll take him on the 3 points, but he's coming under pressure from the rider in red, Billy Legg, who in turn is coming under pressure from Karl Mason. So around the bottom turn, it's Karl Hughes who gets a comfortable win. But hanging on the 2nd place, and a good 2nd place, it is Brendan Johnson with Billy Legg in 3rd place. 62.67 the winning time there for Karl. And at the moment, things looking pretty good for the Oxford riders, other than Lee Smart. Cheetahs are really buzzing around behind him. And let's have a look at the start of that one. It's a very hard first turn. And away we go. There's the rider in yellow, Karl Mason. Makes a good start. Watch this here. They all move him out there. And he goes from first to last in 0.4 seconds. So there's the leaderboard. Lee Smart, Lee Smethills, top men. 3rd place, breaking away from Andrew Bargh. It's Karl Hughes. And Luke Priest, David Mason and Sam Martin battling it out in the lower order there. It's still the Brummie and the Cheetah up there, neck and neck. And of course, they meet next time out. Here we go then, the starting marshal calling them into line, and it is Luke Priest riding in red. Lee Smethills is in blue. In the green helmet, Karl Hughes, and in yellow, Andrew Bargh. So this could be very, very interesting. Bargh on 7 points so far, Smethills on 9. Karl Hughes, well, he's up there with them as well. So far, he's on 8. So this could be very, very interesting. Which way will it go? And away they go, and it's the rider in yellow, Andrew Bargh, from the outside, made a very good start. Bargh it is in front, and Luke Priest there was briefly in second place, trying to spoil the party, and he comes back on the inside there, and well, Karl Hughes has got to work to get past him here around that first and second turn, and Luke Priest there hanging on to second place. Still Karl Hughes in third place, but surprisingly at the back, the unbeaten Lee Smethills. Smethills may well have booked his place into the final already. You've got to be careful, because he could be caught out and end up maybe having to go in the semi-final, or missing out altogether. So around the first and second turn, there is Smethills way off at the back, and going through in the green helmet into second place there, Karl Hughes. So Luke Priest drops back into third place, go around the bottom turn, no doubt about the winner. And that was Andrew Bargh. Second place went to Karl Hughes. Third place to Luke Priest. Disappointment for Smethills at the back. So Smethills finishes on 9 points. And, well, let's have a look at the other riders in that race. Luke Priest finishes on 6. And Karl Hughes finishes on 10. And Andrew Bargh finishes on 10 as well. Let's have a look at it here. There is the rider in green going through on the inside there. But Luke Priest doing really well there to hold him out. And again, Karl Hughes tries the cutback round that curb here. And let's go into this turn. This is where he gets it right. Absolute perfection there around the curb. Heat number 11, Scott Campos rides in red. Billy Legg is in blue. Karl Mason is in green. Neither of those riders are going to make the cut-off. And in yellow, the unbeaten Lee Smart. Smart already on 9 points. 2 men in front of him, Andrew Bargh and Karl Hughes, both on 10. Lee Smethills on 9. So Sam Martin, he could get on to 8 points, but that won't be enough. So here we go then. And away they go, and into the first turn. And it's a good start there for Smart. Smart it is who goes in front. Around the bottom turn. And Smart looking for another win here. Second place at the moment is Billy Legg. And in third place, it is Scott Campos. So, Karl Mason at the back. Disappointing night for Karl, it must be said. But not disappointing for Lee Smart, although he's got to be careful there, because Billy Legg is not that far behind him. Known as Wipeout to his friends. And, well, there's the battle for third place. Still Scott Campos hanging on there from Karl Mason. Mason, of course, the Weymouth skipper. But no doubt about it, Lee Smart in front. Legg looks like he's going to get 2 points here. And that will take him on to a finishing total of 4. And if Scott Campos could get 1 here, his first point of the night. And that means, of course, that the other rider there, Karl Mason, will also finish on 1 point. And that is the situation. And 63.67, comfortable win for Lee Smart. So, we now know the makeup of the top 2 going through to the final. Lee Smart on 12 points. So Smart has booked his route direct to the final. Who will be going through with him, though? That could be very interesting. And Sam Martin is in this one, and he certainly needs a win. And should he get a win here, it would take him on to 7 points. So that may just sneak him into it. Let's find out what he's going to do. He's got to beat Matt Davis. Well, that should be reasonable for him. David Mason is out there, and Brendan Johnson. Brendan Johnson so far on 3 points. David Mason, not a lot better. He's only on 4. And Matt Davis, of course, is on 2. So here we go then. And away they're going into the first turn, and it is no real surprise here because it is Sam Martin who's gone in front. So Sam Martin it is leading the way. Second place, Brendan Johnson. Third place there, it is David Mason. So Sam Martin would sneak into the semi-final, and it would be joined, I believe, with Luke Priest on 6 points. David Mason, though, is putting Brendan Johnson under some pressure there for second place. Let's go down the back straight, and round the bottom turn, and well, Mason's still giving it a go. No problems for Sam Martin. As I say, he's going to finish on 7 points. Didn't score in his first one, had 2 second places, but this win would put him into the semis. So there is Mason still giving it a go, with young Brendan Johnson holding him at bay at the moment. Of course, Mason, former Conference League Riders champion. So there they go, round the final turns and over the line. It is Sam Martin who goes on to 7. Brendan Johnson picks up 2 there. He goes on to 5. And David Mason 1. He goes on to 5. No points there for Matt Davis, who finishes on 2. So we know the final 2 going through there are Lee Smart and Karl Hughes. And Andrew Bargh there finishes on 10 as well. So does Lee Smethills on 9. So they're in the semi. Sam Martin is in the semi on 7, and Luke Priest goes through on 6. So out of those second bunch of 4 there, 2 of them will be going through for a second chance and into the final, where they will race Lee Smart and Karl Hughes. Well, let's go trackside, where we believe Alan Trump is going to have a few words.
The Conference League playoff semi-final down at Plymouth. It was a tough meeting, and going down by 17 points, 54-37. You said you're still confident. Just recap the night. What went wrong for Oxford on that night?
Well, Plymouth are going very well at home at the moment. They're very strong at home. They're in a good, rich vein of form. It's a very difficult track down there. As you know, it's quite a small track. When Plymouth are riding well at home, it's very difficult for the away side. The away side generally does well down there when Plymouth are struggling, but they're not struggling at the moment. And I felt that it was quite disappointing, really, considering we only lost by 10 points last time we were down there. But having said that, I don't feel that we'll have any problem pulling 17 points back here.
Without making excuses, obviously, you went into the meeting, you smelled something with flu, from what I've read in reports, and obviously that doesn't help, because slightly under the weather and probably not in his top form.
No, Lee wasn't in top form, as you say, flu. In fact, probably our tail was a bit long down there, to be honest. We had a couple of riders that went really well. Danny went well. Karl Hughes, excellent. And what many people don't know is that Karl picked up the trophy for the fastest rider of the night.
Well, it's just shown tonight. I think Karl Hughes is looking very fast on track tonight, and certainly going to be in contention for this trophy towards the end.
I would certainly think so. What I would say to you is, look, let's get a decent crowd out here on next Monday week, tomorrow night week. Let's get a good crowd here. Let's get behind the boys. Let's lay into Plymouth. We need to get 17 points back. I think we'll beat them by 2022 with a bit of luck. But we do need the support. We must have the support here next Monday.
Looking ahead to that meeting, Alice, obviously an important one. What's the latest team news for that one? Obviously, a squad of nine role riders available. Jordan Cranston, I believe Somerset and Marton become back into contention. Any thoughts ahead on what the line's going to be for that meeting? I know people yourself want to put a strong line now to compete and get those points back.
For about the first time in the last 2 months, we've got a full squad. We've got a full squad of 8 riders available. We've only got 17 places. As you say, Richard, we've got Jordan Frampton back on Monday. So we've got a problem. It's a good problem to have, and that is which team do we put out? But we can really put out our strongest side. That's why I'm confident of getting to the semi-final to race Campos in the final.
A good accolade for Oxford Speedway is that Danny Betts has been called up for an international commitment in Germany today. That's why he's not here tonight, and I'm sure that's why Peter Oakes isn't around. But certainly, any news on that, how that's gone today?
I spoke to Peter. Danny was doing really well. First 3 rides, great 3 rides. Fell off in his last ride, injured his neck. Nothing serious. I don't think there's anything serious at all, but he fell off in his final ride. But Danny was doing really well there. Peter was really happy with him.
Happy and so late fitness check on Danny Betts in the head of next Monday's meeting.
I don't think the problem with Danny, a week will be fine. I think it's just a couple of days will be okay. And I'd like to emphasise that we've got a full squad for next Monday.
Full squad indeed. Next Monday's an important night. Looking towards the end of October, your thoughts ahead? Obviously, hopefully there's a Conference League final, probably against Scunthorpe. That's what it's looking out to be. Can you tell us any more about any remaining fixtures that are going to go on here outside that final?
We've got a Premier League challenge at the end of October. That'll be obviously against the Premier League side. Personally, I'd like to see Birmingham here. They're bringing a full side. We'll be reinforced with a couple of Premier League riders. It'll be a big night. I'm hoping for a big crowd here. We've got some idea of whether Oxford want Premier League Speedway or not. But before then, I just like to emphasise that all of our thoughts, all of our concentration, all of our focus is here next Monday to turn Plymouth over.
Certainly is, but talking about that Premier League fixture, is it right scheduled possibly for the 28th of October, that Sunday evening?
Yes, it's, at the moment it's definitely the 28th. We've had to jump about the fixtures a bit simply because at this point of the season you don't know what you're going to get through in terms of quarterfinals, semi-finals or finals. It depends who you're racing against and which race night they've got. But the last match of the season will be on Sunday the 28th of October.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, that brings you up to date with all the news, but certainly the message from Alan Trump, the owner, is be here next Monday. It's going to be a fantastic meeting. It's going to be a big night. Oxford take on Plymouth. 17 points to pull back. It can be done, and it will be done, is the message from Alan Trump.
Bring your friends. Big crowd.
Yeah, bring your friends, bring your mates. Tell them Speedway is really good here in Oxford.
So Alan Trump giving his views on Speedway here at Oxford as we get ready for the semi-final. And it is riding in red, Luke Priest. In blue, Andrew Bargh. Green, Lee Smethills. Yellow, Sam Martin. 2 of these 4 will go into the final. 2 will pack up and go home. Who is it going to be? Priest, remember, he finished on 6. Sam Martin finished on 7. Andrew Bargh finished on 10. Lee Smethills finished on 9. So here we go then. The green light is on. And away they go, and a charge for the first turn. It's Bargh from the outside, made a good start in that blue helmet there. It is Bargh in front, and Sam Martin has been passed by Lee Smethills. The race for second place. Smethills on the outside, Martin on the inside. But it is Andrew Bargh in front. Around that first and second turn, down the back straight. Looking pretty good here for Andrew Bargh. And Lee Smethills, well, they were the next 2 top scorers from Carl Hughes and Lee Smart. So I guess probably a little bit of justice here. But for Sam Martin and Luke Priest unable to take advantage of a second shot. Well, there is Bargh still leading the way. Smethills there. And Sam Martin beginning to give it one big last blast. Can he find a way past Smethills, who is holding it out wide once again? So there they go, round the bottom turn. Andrew Bargh it is who goes through. 3 to him. And second place with 2 is Lee Smethills. And so those 2 go through. Sam Martin finishes 3rd. He's out of it. And Luke Priest is also out of it. Finishes at the back. 63.17 the winning time. So we now know who is going to be in the grand finale. It will be Andrew Bargh, Lee Smethills, Lee Smart and Carl Hughes. Who will have what gate position? We got to wait and find out. Bargh having a look here to see which gate has got the best grid position. So once again we take a look at that trophy. Lovely trophy they've had made for this meeting. And well, A little bit rough out there to make their way to the centre for the presentations. So here we are then. Andrew Bargh will ride in red off of gate number 3. Lee Smethills is in blue off the inside gate number 1. Lee Smart is in green. He will go off of gate number 4. And Karl Hughes is in yellow. He is off of gate number 2. So here we go then. The grand finale, sponsored by LCD Publishing. One of these riders will lift that lovely trophy up on the centre. Here we go then. The green light is on for the final time, and away they go. And it's Smart from the outside. A very smart start as well. And he goes in front. Second place at the moment. It is Lee Smethills. Smethills trying to get up the inside of him. Let's go into the bottom turn. Smart on the outside. Smethills on the inside. And in third place there, it is Karl Hughes. Bargh is at the back. Disappointment for the Kiwi. But it doesn't look like it's going to be disappointing for Lee Smart. He goes around the bottom turn there. And still in second place, it is Smethills. But he's coming under pressure from Hughes. And Bargh still in last position here. But it is Lee Smart, the Brummy Chummy, in front. Also, of course, he said rides for the Weymouth Wildcats. Looking wild at the moment. And Bargh going very, very wide at the back there. Still Smethills in second place. Hughes in third place. They go down the back straight once again into the bottom turn. And it is Lee Smart who is going to come home victorious as he goes through the card unbeaten. There he goes over the line. Second place goes to Smethills. Third place to Hughes. 63.46 seconds the winning time. But it is Lee Smart of Birmingham and Weymouth who lifts the Cheetahs New Era Trophy here at the Cowley Stadium. Unbeaten all the way through all his races, 5 out of 5. And he's done it in style here. And, well, he's got a nice piece of silverware to take home. So let's go trackside, where the official presentations will be done. And hopefully we can get an interview or two. But for me, Ken Burnett, it's time to say cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, to receive the trophy for the Cheetahs New Era Trophy, he's going to receive it from owner and promoter of Speedway, Alan Trump. The winner from Birmingham and Weymouth, Lee Smart. So Lee receives his trophy here from Alan, and certainly Lee showing fine form. I know he likes the raceway here at Sandy Lane, and John Gaysmith's taking that all-important shot for the programme. He'll have no doubt have a copy in the Oxford Mail pit stop column on Thursday as well. But certainly tonight it's concluded with Lee Smart as the winner of the New Era Individual Trophy. So celebrations, Lee, and certainly unbeaten on the night and a proud winner of this New Era Trophy.
Yeah, it was good for me, obviously. Just surprised to make 5 starts. Normally I struggle to make 1. But trying to keep things and starting to work out good for me.
Well, it certainly did. You say you don't normally make a start, but you certainly showed them from the back. You were entertaining on track as well, normally.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier from the gate. It hurts when you're at the back, but I'm just starting to enjoy my racing again now. I'm just coming with an open mind and enjoyed it.
Certainly this season you've been doubling up. You've been riding for Weymouth, but certainly a great call up riding for Birmingham as well in the Premier League.
Yeah, my form in that's not been too bad really. I've been riding better than the sports have been showing. I'm improving and I can actually feel like I'm improving now. Now the sports are starting to show that.
Certainly that's probably helped because, like you said at the start of the year, you were not making the starts, but surely riding in the Premier League, the starts are quite crucial, like they are if anybody who's riding the Elite League as well, and that's obviously paid dividends for you to help you tonight.
Yeah, and obviously it's just that much sharper there, that much harder. It's obviously helping me a lot, and just some of the top boys helping me with setups and the way I'm doing the machinery, and it's helping.
Well, obviously they're passing on those tips. Jason Lyons, Australian influence as well.
Yeah, he definitely knows how to do his bikes and party hard as well.
Party hard. Well, hopefully you're doing your bikes, but not partying as hard as Jason can do. But certainly, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah, your race winner, your meeting winner of the New Era Trophy, and an entertainer, Lee Smart. So it's celebration, so it may not have been an Oxford winner on the podium tonight, but certainly a man who's shown some fast form, and I believe he was one of the fastest rider of the nights down at Plymouth on Friday. But he's going to get the Linda Du Bois Memorial Trophy Rider of the Night Award, presented by Tony Du Bois and Pat O'Reilly. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Oxford's own Karl Hughes. Well, it can't be done because I haven't announced it, so we do it again. No, we do it properly. We wait until I announce it. You can't just do it like that. But anyway, come on, Tony, present again, mate. There you go, for the public here tonight. Let's hear it. Karl Hughes, the Linda Du Bois Memorial Trophy Rider of the Night Award, presented here by Pat and Tony. Well, Karl, not quite the trophy for the individual meeting, but certainly pleased to have a trophy afterwards as well.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be even getting into the final. I usually don't even make that final. Don't even ever make it in the semi, so things are really going well. I'm definitely a couple of weeks ago before that point, and that was no joke. So no, things are going really well. Got good tuners. Been doing Marton spots really helping out as well. So thanks to them. Yeah, we're getting there.
You certainly are, and certainly like Friday, I hear you were one of the fastest riders down at Plymouth as well, and I think it's showing in your form at the moment. So we're pleased you didn't make that decision 2 weeks ago, and we're pleased your form's starting to come together for you.
Yeah, a lot of people just think it's good at the moment, the reason to quit, actually, but a lot of people don't understand how much it actually costs. When you have really high hopes now, you're kind of the top Conference League rider, and you just get weaker and you have 3 points, just not good enough, and obviously I'm in college and things like that as well, so you do think about the injuries and things, but no, it's definitely going on, and we're going to try and keep it going.
Well, you certainly are, and certainly there's positive thoughts. At least Smart saying, tell me about his engine, what's that all about?
I buy the right engine at Bargh Smart, it's a really good engine. It does help me out a lot, so like I said, thanks to him, and I don't think that I would be as fast as engines, definitely not.
Well, there you go. He's always as honest as ever, but certainly he deserves that Linda Du Bois Memorial Trophy Rider of the Night Award with Karl Hughes, and certainly he's turned the corner, the form is coming back, and he's confident on a Malcolm Smart tuned engine that is going places. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for supporting Oxford Speedway tonight. There's a few races coming up in the second half, but certainly the champion of the meeting goes round with the trophy, Lee Smart, and certainly Karl Hughes also receiving his trophy down here. Don't forget, as Alan Trump has said, be here a week tomorrow. It's Monday night Speedway here that week, because it's certainly going to be a big meeting. Oxford take on Plymouth in the Conference League playoff semi-final, second leg. 17 points down, 54-37 the result from Plymouth on Friday. But as Alan said, with your support, Oxford still can do it. And with a strong side, which they expect to have a fully fit squad available, they expect to go through to meet Boston or Scunthorpe in the final. So you need to be here, you need to support the Cheetahs, and you need to bring your friends and family along as well. For those that haven't been here, Oxford Speedway is going places, and certainly a week on Monday, hopes to be going to the final of the Conference League playoffs. Well, we'll leave you to enjoy the rest of the meeting from me, Richard Palmer. Have a safe trip home, enjoy the second half. We'll be back a week on Monday when it's going to be all important that night. Lots of noise on track.